right, guys, it's time for tonight's Tool Time Award. And tonight, the honor goes to a man who's won before, Congressman Allen West. He is no stranger to making appallingly ignorant statements, and yesterday was no different. While on the radio show, a fellow Islamophobe, Frank Gaffney, West spoke about President Obama's policy in Afghanistan. And the congressman tried to get all academic by giving a history lecture, but, well, he ended up sounding as smart as Lindsay Lohan after an all-night bender. Take a listen.
I look at what happened between President Obama and President Karzai as a 1930s Chamberlain-Hitler moment. And there is not going to be peace in our time. And when, the president makes his speech and he talks about negotiation with the Taliban, well, as we said, less than 90 minutes after his departure, he got the response.
Yeah, that's right. Congressman West boiled down Obama meeting with Karzai and negotiations with the Taliban to appeasing Hitler. Although I must say, I'm a little confused as to who Hitler is in this scenario. Is it Karzai? Is it the Taliban? Either way, let's not forget that we put Karzai into power, and the majority of Afghans actually favor negotiating with the Taliban. Or how about the fact that the Taliban didn't actually attack the United States on 9/11? Never mind the fact that the Taliban's popularity cannot be understood by simple-minded models derived from European history. And, of course, forget the fact that neither Karzai nor the Taliban, not even under the loosest interpretations of history, have ever tried to impose their will on the United States. Lest Allen West forget, we're occupying Afghanistan, not the other way around. And Hamid Karzai, he's just taken advantage of it in more ways than one. But still, Congressman West saw it fit to compare Obama meeting with Karzai and potential negotiations with the Taliban to a regime bent on racial domination and global empire. Why? Well, because the war in Afghanistan is now the longest this country has ever fought. It's increasingly unpopular, and a growing number of Americans see it as pointless, benefiting neither the American nor the Afghan people. So Congressman West desperately tried to invoke imagery of Hitler, blitzkriegs, goose-stepping, and gas chambers on a bid to advance his twisted, hawkish policy goals. And it's not for the first time that he's actually tried to do it either. And he's also not alone, especially when talking about Iran, another geopolitical flashpoint. Republicans love playing the old appeasement card on that one. It's the only thing they really can do when their policy is based on fear-mongering and lies. Take a listen.
I think that now comes a time when we cannot be Sir Neville Chamberlain and trust and depend that there will be peace in our times.
He gave Iran the luxury of time. He met with them with no preconditions. It's the doctrine of appeasement.
That's what's happening in Iran. The president has communicated weakness. His policy tends to be appeasement and accommodation.
At every single turn, the president has appeased those who would do us harm.
Our president's intelligence chief has said that the Iranians have not yet decided to build a bomb. To me, these words are reminiscent of those of Neville Chamberlain.
So, according to Republicans like Congressman West or Mitt Romney, if you enter into negotiations to avoid war and uncover evidence suggesting massive devastation might not be the way forward, well, then you just might as well hold hands with Hitler and dance around the Maypole. What history books do these guys read? I mean, seriously, I want to know. Because if I'm ever given one, I'll be sure to use it as a coaster. But in all seriousness, it is frightening and absurd that Allen West and his friends refer to every one of America's potential adversaries in the framing of World War II. Okay, fine, the Cold War is also a popular relic. But guess what, guys? We know what you're getting at. Obama is an appeaser, and everyone you want to attack is just like Hitler. It's funny, right? It's almost like appeaser is a bigger insult than Nazi these days. And it's even funnier that it's thrown around by politicians with a fascist-like zeal for military action. And so because Congressman West is usually at the forefront of the line when saber-rattlers clamor to use the term, something he demonstrated yesterday, the zany representative from Florida is tonight's Tool Time winner.